Good morning, children. I am C.H. Uma Maheshwari, working as a CRT Maths, RK from Freedom School. I hope you all are safe at your home. In this lockdown period, my house is like Kishkinda with my kids because they are quarreling with each other about 2 pencils or about 2 toys. Those are different length even though they are quarreling with each other every day. Without measuring, they can say which is longer and which is smaller. Children, can you say? If 2 girls are there, girl 1 has 30 centimeter ribbon, girl 2 has 20 centimeter ribbon. In this, which girl has longer ribbon? Girl 1 has 30 centimeter ribbon, girl 2 has 20 centimeter ribbon. Yes, your guess is right. Girl 1 has longer ribbon than girl 2 because we know 30 is greater than 20. And also, children, if we assume that a boy runs around the park after his school every day, he starts at a point and traveled around the boundary of the park. Finally, he reached the same point. Now, how much distance is covered by him? We don't know because we don't have the measurements of the park. If we know the measurements of the park, then we can say the distance covered by him. If this park is in the shape of rectangular with 60 meters and 40 meters, then we can say how much distance is covered by him. Then here we observe one thing, that is measurement. Measurement is the act of measuring. When we hear the measurement, we remember one thing. In science class also we learned about measurements. I think you learnt about these measurements in your science class. Children, look at the slide. Yes, here in this, do you know what is this? Yes, it is a thermometer. And in which case we use this thermometer? The thermometer is used for measuring human or animal body temperature. And also this thermometer has measurements. Right. Next, if you go to market with your mother, she buys flowers. Look at the slide. Here in this example, your mother buys flowers. The flower sellers also measure the flowers size as cubit. That is, this is a cubit. So the flower sellers also measures the flowers size as mura. In Telugu word, we call it as mura. And look at the next slide. In this, have you observed when your mother cooks, what she will do? Yes, you are right. When mother cooks rice, she pours 2 cups of water for 1 cup of rice. Even though if she cooks rice 2 cups of rice, then she pours 4 cups of water. Here mother is also used measurements. Look at the slide. Next picture, next example. In this, if you want a new dress, what will you do? Yes, if you want a new dress, then go to your father or mother and ask him. Then your father takes you to tailor shop and the tailor takes measurements with the tape. Look at the slide. Here Taylor also takes measurements with the tape. Children, look at the next slide. Yes, in our school, our PET madam takes measurements from the students. In this example, our PET madam takes height of the students, and in this our PET madam takes weight of the students. Here height and weight are the measurements of the students. So now today we are going to learn introduction to mensuration, definition of area and perimeter of plane figures, area of plane figures. Even before we start talking about this topic, do you know what do you mean by mensuration? Who discovered this mensuration? Mensuration was discovered by Archimedes. Mensuration was discovered by Archimedes. He was a Greek mathematician, physicist, engineer, inventor and astronomer. And also mensuration is a branch of mathematics. Mensuration is a branch of mathematics where we deal with calculations of lengths, volumes and areas. So we have so many geometrical shapes. Look at the slide. Can you find these shapes in your daily life? Yes. Can you find these shapes in your daily life? Plane figures are flat two-dimensional shapes. Those are length and breadth. Triangle, circle, rectangle as well as circle, square, these all comes under the 2D shapes because they have length and breadth. Children, look at the slide. Yes, can you find these shapes in your daily life also? All these shapes are known as 3D shapes, 3 dimensions. Those are length, breadth and height. For 2D shapes, we can find area and perimeter. For 3D shapes, we can find surface area and volumes. For today, we are going to learn about area and perimeter of plane figures. Plane figures are flat two-dimensional shapes. Those are length and breadth. And it can be made up of two-D shapes. It can be made up of straight lines or curved lines or both straight and curved lines. Clear? Right. I think you have a doubt about this. Why do we need to calculate this area and perimeter? Where we use this area and perimeter in our daily life? For this, let me give you one example from our daily life. Look at the screen. what do you observe in the slide? We see a clean and green village and certain portion of the field is bounded. That is, there is it is a fenced. So this is a boundary of certain portion of the field. If we assume that this certain portion of the field, this part of the field belongs to this family. For example, we assume that this family is Venkana family. Venkana family wanted to put a boundary with a wire around this field. For this, the family must know about how much region is there. How much region? This is the region. How much region is exactly theirs? To basically, they know about this total space of the region enclosed by this boundary. The total space enclosed, mathematically called as area. Area is the total surface of this region which is boundary by this place is called area, and the family must know about the area of their field, and also the family should know the measurement of the boundary, measurements of this boundary of their field, because they can buy a wire according to this total length of the boundary. The total length of the boundary is called perimeter. The total length of the boundary is called perimeter, and how much space is exactly this area is called area. For example, in this, look at this whiteboard. The total these four sides, the total length of these four sides is called perimeter of this whiteboard. Is it clear? And look at this white region. The total this white region of the board is area of this board. And definition of the area and perimeter. Children, look at the slide. Yes, here we observe this is a field and perimeter is nothing but the total length of the boundary. Perimeter, when we talk about perimeter, we just concerned about all the boundary of the figure. And area, this is the amount of surface enclosed by a closed figure is called its area of the field. For example, if you take a circle, if we take a circle, the perimeter of circle, we called as circumference of circle. Circumference of circle. Is it clear? Right. And what is this? Yes, it is a chessboard. It is a chessboard, and it is a chessboard, and the total number of white and black squares is called area of the chessboard, and the total length of four sides of this chessboard is perimeter of this board. Clear? Yes. Okay. Next, our topic is perimeter of a given closed figure. How to find the perimeter of a closed figure? For example, we take a this is a closed figure. This is 10 centimeters and this is 5 centimeters. This is 7 centimeters, 3 centimeters, and this is 2 centimeters. This is 3 centimeters. How to find the perimeter of this closed figure? It is simple. When we talk about the perimeter, we just add all the sides of the closed figure. Then perimeter is equal to, just we add all the sides of this figure. Then 5 plus 10 plus 2 plus 7 plus 3 plus 3. Yes, 10 and 7 plus 3 10 and 5 plus 3 plus 2 10, total 30 centimeter. Then perimeter of this closed figure is 30 centimeters. The perimeter of this closed figure is 30 centimeter. Children, here units are very, very important. If this figure is in centimeter, then perimeter of a closed figure is also in centimeter. If a figure is in meters, if this figure is in meter, then perimeter is also in meters. Right. Next, perimeter of a rectangle. How to find the perimeter of rectangle? First of all, what is rectangle? First of all, what is rectangle? Rectangle is a quadrilateral and two pairs of opposite sides are equal and parallel and each interior angle is 90 degrees. Yes, this is our rectangle. Here in this rectangle, this is length and it is denoted as L. And already we know opposite sides are equal and parallel, then it is also L. What about breadth? That is different, so it is denoted as B, and opposite sides are also equal, then it is also B. Then perimeter of rectangle is equal to, just we add all the sides, all the length of the sides of this rectangle. We have LB, LB. These are the measurements. For example, this rectangle. L plus B plus L plus B, which is equal to 1L plus 1L, 2L plus 1B plus 1B, 2B. Here we have 2 is a common, then we can write it as 2 of L plus B. So perimeter of this rectangle, generally perimeter of rectangle is equal to 2 of L plus B. Here L is the length of the rectangle, B is the breadth of the rectangle. If you know the measurements of the length and breadth of the rectangle, we can find the perimeter of rectangle. In such case, we have perimeter and length of the rectangle. Then for finding the breadth of the rectangle, B is equal to P by 2 minus L. If we have perimeter and length of the rectangle, to find the breadth of the rectangle, that the formula is P by 2 minus L. If we have perimeter of rectangle and breadth of the rectangle, to find the length of the rectangle is L is equal to P by 2 minus B. This is the rectangle, perimeter of rectangle. P is equal to 2 of L plus P. And next, perimeter of square. How to find the perimeter of square? How to find the perimeter of square? What is a square? Square is also a quadrilateral in if all its sides are equal length and all interior angles are equal measure, then it is a square. If one side of the square is S, what about other sides? Obviously other sides are also same, because in a square all four sides are equal measure. Then perimeter of square, it is denoted as P. Then P is equal to, just add all the sides, S plus S plus S plus S. How many times S is repeated? And also we observe this is the repeated addition. Then we have 4 times side, then 4 times of side. Then perimeter of square P is equal to 4S. If you know the measurement of one side of square, then we can find the perimeter of square. Then perimeter of square P is equal to 4S. And next, perimeter of a regular polygons. First of all, what is meant by polygon? Polygon is a closed figure bounded by straight lines only. Bounded by straight lines. All these are all examples of polygon. If a polygon is regular polygon, in all its sides are equal length and all interior angles are of equal measure, then it is called regular polygon. Examples of regular polygons: an equilateral triangle, square, because in a square all 4 sides are equal and all interior angles are equal. In equilateral triangle and equilateral triangle also, all 3 sides are equal and each interior angle is also equal. So, children, look at the slide. Yes, here we observe regular polygons. This is an equilateral triangle. In equilateral triangle, we have all 3 sides are equal. In a square also, we have 4 sides are equal. Here, a simple closed figure has 5 sides, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then is a pentagon. Then it is a pentagon. In pentagon, if all its sides are equal measure, then it is called regular pentagon. It is a regular hexagon because this figure has 6 sides and all 6 sides are equal measure. Like this, we observe all these are examples of regular polygons. Now, let us find the perimeter of these regular polygons. For example, we take an equilateral triangle. An equilateral triangle. We know in an equilateral triangle all sides are equal measure. Then perimeter, already just we learnt about perimeter, how to find the perimeter of square and rectangle. It is also applicable for this an equilateral triangle also. Just we add all the sides of this equilateral triangle. Then S plus S plus S, because in an equilateral triangle it has 3 equal measure of sides. Then it is equal to 3S. Then perimeter of an equilateral triangle is equal to 3S. And already we know perimeter of a square. Perimeter of square, that is equal to 4S. Already we learnt about this perimeter of square, yes, and perimeter of regular pentagon. In pentagon, all 5 sides are equal measure. All 5 sides are equal measure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All 5 sides are equal measure. Then we can write it as easily 5 times of side, because in regular pentagon it has 5 sides. Similarly, we can write perimeter of regular hexagon. In hexagon, how many sides are there? Yes, it has 6 sides. If this hexagon is regular hexagon, then all sides are equal measure. Then perimeter of regular hexagon is equal to 6 times of side. These are the perimeter of closed figure. Is it clear? Right. Next, how to find the area of a closed figure. Area of plane figures. First of all, how to find the area of rectangle. Already we discussed about rectangle. For this, I take this rectangular shape. Yes, and how many squares are there in this rectangle sheet? If we start counting the numbering, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So this rectangle has 15 squares are there include inside this rectangle. And also, how many squares do you have along this length of the rectangle? Yes, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 squares are there along the length of the rectangle. And how many squares do you have this breadth of the rectangle? 1, 2, 3. There are 3 squares along this breadth of the rectangle. So, 5 squares in 3 different rows. Here we observe 5 squares in 3 different rows, and total number of squares is 15. Total number of squares 15, and 5 squares in 3 different rows. Then we can say that 5 times of 3 is equal to 15. We take another example also. Children, you should try at your home with another rectangle. If suppose we take another rectangle, yes, this is another rectangle, and how many squares inside include this rectangle? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Total number of squares are there 6. And how many squares do you have length of the rectangle? We have 2 squares along the length of the rectangle. Similarly, we have 3 squares along the breadth of the rectangle. We can say that here 2 is a length and 3 is a breadth. We can say that 2 times of 3 is equal to 6 squares. So, in this concept in your mind, we can say that a perimeter of a rectangle is given by the product of length and breadth. Is it clear? L is a length and B is a breadth. For example, generally we take a rectangle, and the length of rectangle is L and breadth of the rectangle is B. We can say that area of area of rectangle is length by breadth, that is LB. So here the area is usually expressed in the terms of square units. Square units. And how to find the area of square? How to find area of square? For this, I take a square sheet. In this, it is a square because all four sides are equal measure. Is it clear? Yes. How many squares include inside this square? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We have 9 squares include inside this square. Then all sides are equal measure. Then we have 3 sides and 3 sides, 3 sides. So similarly, we can say that 3 times of 3 is equal to 9 square units. In another example, if we observe this chessboard, we know how many squares along this side. Yes, we know 8 squares, and this side is also 8 squares because all 4 sides are equal squares, equal number of squares. Then the area of this chessboard is 8 by 8, 8 times of 8, that is 64 square units. Is it clear? Then we can say that area of square is equal to side by side, or we can say that side square. And area of rectangle. How to find the area of rectangle? Area of rectangle. Sorry, area of triangle. Already we learnt about area of rectangle. Now, how to find the area of triangle? For this, I take, what is this, children? Yes, it is a sheet of rectangle. It is a sheet of rectangle, and also we know diagonal, that is the length of opposite vertex. The length of opposite vertex in a rectangle is diagonal. If I cut this rectangle along its diagonal, then this is a rectangle, and if I cut this rectangle along its diagonal, then we have 2 triangles. Then we have 2 triangles. Children, can you say that are they same exactly in area? Yes, they have exactly same in area. And can you say that these 2 triangles are congruent? Congruent is nothing but if 2 triangles are congruent, if they have same in size and same in shape. Yes, we can say that they have same in size and same in size, then these 2 triangles are congruent. And the area of this triangle, area of this rectangle is equal to 2 times of area of triangle. Is it clear? Area of this rectangle is equal to 2 times of area of triangle. And also we can say that area of one triangle, area of this one triangle is equal to half of the area of rectangle. Area of this rectangle is, area of rectangle is equal to 2 times of area of triangle. So area of, if we take one triangle, area of a triangle is equal to half of the, this is half of the area of rectangle. But we know area of rectangle, that is LB. Already we learnt just now. Yes, but in a rectangle, in a triangle, this is a length and this is a breadth in a rectangle, but this is a base, this is a base in a triangle, this is the height. In the place of length we can write it as base, and in the place of base we can write it as height. So area of triangle is equal to half BH. Here B is a base of the triangle, height, H is the height of the triangle. This formula, this area of triangle is equal to half BH. It is applicable for any triangle. For example, we take a triangle. It is also a triangle. Here this is a base and perpendicular to the base, the opposite vertex to perpendicular line to this base is height of the triangle. If you know the measurements of base and height of the triangle, we can find the area of this triangle. Is it clear? Yes. And also, if we take one example, if base of the triangle is 6 centimeters, height of the triangle is 7 centimeters. Find the area of triangle. We know area of triangle is equal to half BH. B is a base, H is a height. Of B is 6 into product of 7. 2, 1 is 2, 2 times of 3, 6, then 3 sevens are 21 square centimeters. So area of this triangle is equal to 21 square centimeters. Like this we can find the area of any triangle. Now how to find the area of parallelogram? What is parallelogram? Parallelogram is also a quadrilateral and two pairs of opposite sides are parallel. Two pairs of opposite sides are parallel and this is a base. This is the base of the parallelogram. This is the height of the parallelogram. If we cut this parallelogram along its height of the parallelogram, then we have one triangular piece. Yes? Separate this triangular piece from this parallelogram, make this triangular piece other side of the parallelogram, then we get a rectangle. So if we cut this triangular piece and keep this triangular piece other side of the parallelogram, then we have a rectangle. This is the rectangle. So area of a parallelogram is equal to area of parallelogram is equal to area of rectangle. Is it clear? But area of rectangle is equal to LB. L is the length breadth of the rectangle, but here base and height of the parallelogram. Then we can write it as area of a parallelogram is equal to, which is equal to BH. Similarly, we have so many quadrilaterals, that is rhombus and trapezium. We can find perimeter and as well as area of this quadrilateral also. Area of rhombus. Area of rhombus. How to find the area of rhombus? Similarly, we can find the area of rhombus also. First of all, in a parallelogram, all four sides are equal length, then it is called rhombus. So, area of rhombus, which is equal to of D1, D2. Here D1 and D2 are diagonals of rhombus. And similarly, we can find area of trapezium. Trapezium is a quadrilateral and one pair of opposite sides are parallel. Then it is called trapezium. These two sides are parallel sides and length of these parallel sides are A comma B and length of height of these parallel sides is H. Then area of trapezium is equal to of A plus B into H. Similarly, we can find the area of rhombus, area of trapezium. Now, how to find the area of circle? Area of circle. Before we are learn about area of circle, first of all, how to find the perimeter of rectangle, circle. Perimeter of circle. I think you learnt about this circle in the geometry chapter. Now I will recall the concept of circle. Circle is a set of points that are equidistant from a point. It is a closed figure bounded a curved line and it is a center of the circle, and the distance between this center to any point on the circle is called radius. It is denoted as R. Radius is denoted as R. If you take any point on the circle and draw a straight line through this center to other side on the circle, it is called diameter of the circle. It is denoted as D. And also we have the diameter is exactly twice its radius. Yes, it is R and this is also R. Diameter is twice of its radius. And perimeter of circle, circle is a special shape, then perimeter of circle we call it as circumference of circle. Circumference is nothing but the distance around the curved part. The distance around the curved part. Then, for example, children, look at the slide. Yes, we have three circles with different radius. We have three circles with different radius. If you take any circle, first circle, and place a thread above the circumference of a circle and measure the thread, this will be circumference of circle. It is denoted as, for example, C1. We take circle 1, that's why circumference of circle 1 is C1, and diameter, we take diameter, that is T1. The ratio of circumference of circle to its diameter, which is equal to 3.1415. If we take another circle, do the same, and also we will get the exactly value, that is 3.1415, where we are doing correctly, of course, that is C2 by D2. If you take another circle, that is C3 by D3, the ratio of circumference of circle and to its diameter of circle, which is equal to 3.1415. So, all in the case of, we observe it is a constant, which is approximately equal to 22 by 7. So, 22 by 7, it is not equal to, but approximately equal to 22 by 7, and also this constant is equal to pi. This is a Greek letter, and Archimedes calculated this value of pi first time. Then generally we can say that C by D, the ratio of circumference of circle to its diameter of circle, is equal to 3.14, which approximately equal to 22 by 7 is equal to pi. Then C by D is equal to pi, and also C is equal to pi D. We know D is a 2r because diameter is twice its radius. Then pi multiply by 2r, then we can write it as 2 pi r. So, circumference of circle C is equal to 2 pi r and C is equal to pi d. When we have diameter of circle, then we take C is equal to pi d, that is circumference of circle C is equal to pi d. If we have radius of circle, then we take circumference of circle is equal to 2 pi r. Yes, coming to the our topic, that is area of circle. For this, I take a circular sheet and I shade this circular sheet. Half of the circular sheet is red and half of the circular sheet is blue, and it cut this circle into equal sectors. These equal sectors, these all sectors are rearranged like this. It is a form of rectangle. So, we can say that, children, can you say that area of this circle is equal to area of rectangle? Because all these sectors are rearranged when we get a rectangular shape. Then area of this circle is equal to area of this rectangle. Here it is a length of the rectangle and it is a breadth of the rectangle. This is breadth of the rectangle. It is equal to radius of circle. So, radius of circle already we learn, that is r. So, breadth of the rectangle is r, and this blue part is, total blue part is length of the rectangle. Then this part, this half of the part, then this half of the part is half of the circumference of circle, half of the circumference of the circle. We know circumference of circle is equal to 2 pi r. If half of the circumference of circle, because this is the distance around the half of the circle only, then half of the circumference of circle is equal to half into 2 pi r. Here 2 cancel. We have pi r. Pi r is nothing but length of this rectangle. Length of rectangle is pi r. Breadth of rectangle is r. Then we can say that already we have area of rectangle, that is LB. Here L is a pi r and B is a r. Then we can say that pi r square. Therefore, area of circle is equal to pi r square. Like this, we can find the area and perimeter of plane figures. Now, area of irregular shapes. We can take one irregular shape, unknown shape, that is, this is the 10 centimeters, 5 centimeters, approximately length of sides 12 centimeters, and this is a 6 centimeters. How to find the area of this unknown shape? We can cut this unknown shape into, we can divide this unknown shape into known shape, that is rectangle, square, circle, triangle. If we draw a line like this, we have two shapes, two parts. This is the rectangle 1, this is the rectangle 2. If we find the rectangles of the area of these two rectangles and finally we add these two area of rectangle, then we get the total area of this unknown shape. Clear? Like this, we can find the area and perimeter of regular shapes, irregular shapes and all plane figures. Children, look at the slide. Yes, today we learnt about perimeter and area of plane figures. Perimeter of rectangle 2 into 2 of L plus B and area is LB, and perimeter of square is equal to 4S and area of square is equal to side by side. Then perimeter of triangle, if in a triangle sides of length of sides A, B, C, then perimeter of triangle is equal to A plus B plus C, and area of triangle is equal to of BH. Here B is a base, not length of B. Here B is a base and H is the height of the triangle. Then look at the slide, next slide. Perimeter of parallelogram. We don't have formula for perimeter of parallelogram. Just add all the sides of the parallelogram, and area of parallelogram is equal to BH, and the perimeter of rhombus is equal to also just add all the sides of the rhombus, and area of rhombus is equal to of D1 D2, and perimeter of trapezium is also just add the all sides of the trapezium. Area of trapezium is equal to of A plus B into H. Perimeter of circle, it is circumference of circle is equal to 2 pi r, and the area of circle is equal to pi r square. Then children, now your time. Write this summer project. If one side of the parallelogram is 25 centimeters, if one side of the parallelogram is 25 centimeter and its corresponding altitude is nothing but height of the parallelogram is 12 centimeter, then find the area of that parallelogram. Already we discussed the area of parallelogram, just we substitute the values of base and height in the area of parallelogram, then you will get area of parallelogram. Next, second question. If length of one diagonal of a rhombus whose area 216 square centimeters is 24 centimeter, if length of diagonal of rhombus is 24 centimeter and area of rhombus is 216 square centimeters, then find the length of other diagonal. Already we learned we have area of rhombus. Right. Next, children, due this lockdown period, you are staying and spending lot of time at your home. We all the teachers are eagerly waiting for you and your project work. Do the projects regularly and bring them to the school on the reopening day itself. And have a nice day, children. Finally, I thank our secretary sir for giving me this wonderful opportunity. Thank you. Thank you, one and all.